Greetings, it is fluorescent light time once again, and today I have something cool to show you that I just got today. This is a 15 watt fluorescent strip light whose identification has long been lost, and it was made in 1977. Now, I know in the last video I told you that the next video would be another one of my Motorola bag phones, but I came home for the weekend, and on the way Mom and I stopped into a Restore, which is a kind of thrift store that sells electrical equipment, and the proceeds go to build housing. It's you can find some really cool stuff in there if you're interested in electrical stuff like I am. But I went in there today and I saw this light and I saw another light and I grabbed them both. I actually saw this light 4 months ago, the last time I was in the Restore, but I didn't get it because I already had two other 15 watt fixtures, my two 15 watt desk lamps, and so I didn't get this one, and I kind of regretted it afterwards because it is quite a bit different in how it works, but it was still there when we went there today. And I got it. So I thought instead of uploading two cell phone videos in a row, I would put a lighting video in there. So I will show you this light right now. I got this for $7.75 and it came with this bulb you see in it. We'll get to the bulb in a sec. As you can see, physically it's in very good shape, but cosmetically it's kind of gross. There's some old brownish paint on it. Stuff there that I couldn't get off. It almost looks like tar, but it doesn't feel like tar. And it's in very good shape. It's just kind of gross looking, that's all. Nothing a good painting wouldn't fix if I ever wanted to, but you can see the ends there, and there's where the cord comes out. This did not have a cord on it. This just had the bare wires coming out of the ballast, so I put this cord on it. Cannibalized from a computer power cord, because I have a million of them. Probably the most interesting thing about this light, and the most different thing from my two 15 watt desk lamps, is that this is rapid start. This has a magnetic rapid start ballast, and I have been told by one of the wonderful people on Lighting Gallery that 15 watt rapid start light fixtures are actually quite rare. Apparently most of them in existence are preheat. So I thought that was pretty nice, and I knew it was rapid start when I got it, even though I couldn't open it up, but I did not see a starter hole, which meant that it was pretty probable that it was rapid start, so that's pretty cool. Here is the bulb. We can take the bulb out here, just like that. The bulb is a modern Sylvania F15 T12D. Bleh, I guess beggars can't be choosers. It is a daylight bulb, but actually I'm not gonna lie, this bulb looks really nice. It's got a very nice color, of course, being a brand name bulb, made in Canada. And even though this fixture does not have any identification on it, I would guess, my best guess would be that this fixture was made in Canada as well. But anyway, here's the bulb. It's got the mercury symbol, so it was made no earlier than 2002, so it's a pretty modern bulb. This bulb has seen moderate use. Actually, that dark spot there is almost bad enough for me to say heavy use. However, the other end looks pretty darn good, so I wouldn't say heavy use quite yet. I'll say moderate use. The only thing with this, the only real physical fluke, is that someone drilled their own custom holes there. And yeah, it's not very pretty looking, so I gotta be careful because I don't want to rip out my comforter. And this has no switch on it, and there's no switch on the cord, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the camera down and then plug it in. As for the ballast, like I said, rapid start. Once again, like my 30 watt strip light, and actually like most small rapid start fixtures, the ballast has a high enough open circuit voltage that the lamp starts pretty much instantly. Sometimes there's a very short delay, but most of the time it starts instantly. So kind of a high open circuit voltage rapid start. So I'll plug it in here. And there we go. Started pretty much instantly that time, but here's what it looks like. And yeah, bulb has a nice color, and it's nice to look at because T12s, where they're bigger around, they're not as bright to the eye. They put out just as much light as an equivalent T8, but their surface brightness isn't as high, so they're nicer to look at. This thing works very well. You can hear the ballast when you put your ear to it. When I first tried this thing, the ballast was actually quite loud. You could hear it very clearly, but it seems to have quieted down since then. Maybe the bulb was just a bit unstable, hasn't run in a long time. But yeah, there you go. And as you can see, the ends of the bulb, this end is definitely, you know, near pristine. This end is okay until you get down here, and actually I'll turn the bulb around here. And you can see that dark spot there. Actually, it's not bad, so yeah, I'd say moderate use at the most. The camera makes it look worse than it is. But there's the bulb anyhow. What I'll do right now is I will take the bulb out and open this cover here, and we will take a look inside. Alright, here's the inside of the fixture. You can see the power cord coming in and the wire nuts that I used to wire it into the ballast. The ballast has two wires coming out of it on this end for this lamp holder, and it's got two wires coming out of it for this lamp holder. Simple enough. Now, the ballast itself is actually quite notable. Without a doubt, the original ballast, it's a universal thermomatic trigger start ballast for one 20 watt T12, 15 watt T12, 15 watt T8, or 14 watt T12. Now, what does trigger start mean? Well, here's the thing. For fluorescent light fixtures 20 watts or under that use rapid start technology, you know, where the filaments are constantly heated at a low voltage, and then the ballast puts out just the right voltage such that the lamp will start when the filaments are hot, but will not start when they're not. Trigger start works the exact same way, it just has a different name. Fixtures that are 20 watts and smaller that are rapid start, they're actually called trigger start. For the sake of simplicity, and because I don't really get why they have different names, I refer to them all as rapid start. So yeah, this is a very old ballast. I took the ballast out, the date code's on the bottom, 1977. It says A77, so A perhaps means January. Now the nice thing about these thermomatic ballasts, if you read down here, it says this ballast is protected with a thermal cutout device which will reset automatically. If you have a bulb that's misbehaving because it's worn out or whatever, and the ballast starts getting really hot, it'll actually cut itself out. And then in a matter of time, it'll turn back on. So that's really nice. It saves your ballast. The model number is 546BTCP. The label's starting to disintegrate here. 120 volts at 60 hertz. The line current is 0.55 amps. And Universal Patterson, perhaps New Jersey. And I assume that's made in the USA. And it says mount lamp within half an inch of a grounded metal reflector. The thing with rapid start ballasts is they have to be grounded. If they're not grounded, they won't work properly. When you turn them on, you'll see the filaments of the bulb heat up, but the bulb itself will not strike, and you have to actually touch the bulb to get it to strike, because they need to be grounded. It helps the arc strike from one end of the bulb to the other. But there's the ballast. Another difference between rapid start ballasts for small lamps, or trigger start ballasts as they're usually called, and real rapid start ballasts for bigger lamps is that the trigger start ballasts provide a lot higher filament voltage, enough that you can actually see the filament glow if the lamp has not struck. The filament voltage for a rapid start ballast, such as the one in my 30 watt strip light, is about 3.7 volts. The filament voltage for a trigger start ballast, as used in this one, is about 10 volts AC, so it's quite a bit higher. I don't know why. I don't know if it has to do with the, you know, just because the bulb's a lot shorter or what. I don't know. But what I'll do right now, as you can see, I have one end of the bulb connected and the other not. So I'll plug it in, and of course the bulb won't strike, but you will see the filament heat up. Alright, it's turned on, and you should be able to see the orange glow from the filament. So there you go. Now I'll unplug it. There you go, and I'll put the bulb back in. We'll start it up again. There you go. Now you notice that the ballast, pretty much all ballasts that can handle 15 watt lamps are all rated for the same lamps, 14, 15, and 20 watt lamps. And you may be wondering, well, how does an F15 T8 work in this? Now the F15 T8 and the F15 T12 are exactly the same length, and they are pin compatible. The only difference is that the F15 T12 is of course wider around than the F15 T8. So I'll show you how it works. I actually have a T8 bulb right here. This is one of my 1974 General Electric F15 T8 CW lamps. I'll take the Sylvania T12 daylight out here. There, you can see the difference in size there. Quite easy to see. So what I'll do is I'll take the T8 lamp here and I'll put it in. I see I'm finally starting to use the word lamp instead of bulb. The correct word is lamp when you're dealing with fluorescent stuff. So there's the GE bulb in there. And I will plug it in. And there you go. And as you can see, it works just fine. Now, another question that raises is, in terms of my desk lamps, will an F15 T12 bulb work? Well, it'll obviously theoretically work just fine, but I never knew if my desk lamps, now I can't test my newer desk lamp because it's back at school in my apartment, but I do have my 60s Japanese desk lamp right up there. Okay, let's see if a T12 bulb will fit in this desk lamp. There it is, an F15 T12 bulb in my desk lamp. While it does fit, it doesn't look like another T12 bulb would fit in beside it, or maybe not even another T8 bulb. But it does work. I can start it up here. There's the filaments glowing. There it is. It works just fine. F15 T8 and F15 T12 bulbs do have different electrical characteristics. Due to the skinnier size, an F15 T8 does have a higher voltage drop than an F15 T12. This means that a higher voltage is required to strike the arc, and then once the arc strikes, it has a higher voltage drop. I won't get into voltage drops here because it's outside the scope of this video, but basically what it means is an F15 T8 will ask for more current from the ballast than an F15 T12 would, and as such a T8 does get slightly more power. Now, out of curiosity, I measured the open circuit voltage of the ballast with my multimeter, and it read 225 volts AC, which does not make a lot of sense to me because my 30 watt strip light has an open circuit voltage of only 200 volts AC. So it makes no sense to me that this would put out a higher voltage. So I'm not sure if my multimeters are, you know, not reading right or what. Anyhow, speaking of open circuit voltage, how does this behave if one or both filaments are not actually heated? Will it still be able to start the bulb? Well, let's find that out right now. What I'll do is, I will take the bulb out. These lamp holders are not very forgiving. But what I'll do is I'll take the bulb out, connect one filament up, and connect the other side, but without the filament connected. Alright, I got it hooked up here. One end is connected normally, but the other end has only one pin, so while it still is connected to power, the filament will not be heated. Let's see if it'll still be able to start. Yep, works just fine. Alright, let's see if it still starts with no filaments connected to power. So purely in an instant start configuration. Not a very nice thing to do to your bulbs, by the way. Yeah, still starts. Starts right up with no filaments. You get a more delayed startup that way. So clearly it's not a true rapid start ballast. Then again, you know, when lamps get so worn out that the filaments break open, you know, if the lamp is still, you know, able to run for another few hours or a few days or whatever, then it's nice to have a ballast that can do that. Alright, final test before I wrap things up. How will this act running on my jumper pack, whose modified sine wave ballast does cause rapid start ballast to act a bit lethargic, resulting in a slightly delayed startup time and usually slightly louder. Well, I have the bulb connected normally here. Let's see how it works. Wow, works a lot louder, that's for sure. Slightly delayed startup time. Let's see how it works with only one filament connected. Alright, one filament is connected. Let's see how it works now. That works the same. Let's see if both filaments. are disconnected. Oh, it's laboring. We got a glowing blue filament. There, I won't let it do that long. Whenever you see a filament glowing blue or orange on a fluorescent lamp, that means it's basically self-destructing. So don't let it do it. I'm just doing this purely for testing purposes. Nope, it ain't gonna do it. So I'll save that from killing my filaments. But there you go. Interestingly, with the T8 bulb connected, it will start without the filaments connected on my jumper pack. Well, that's about all there is to show for my 15 watt rapid start fluorescent strip light from 1977. I think this is pretty cool. Definitely not bad for a fixture with a good, nice old magnetic ballast and a good bulb to boot. So I think it was a good buy, and I'm glad to have this in the collection. Like I said, I already have two other 15 watt fixtures, but both of them are preheat, so I like to have a rapid start around. It'll run bulbs, you know, deader, to put it in a really crude term, than what a preheat ballast would do. You know, these run bulbs into the ground oftentimes. So it's nice to have a fixture with a rapid start ballast in the collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.